This looks exactly like the Novago SP1. Let's see what the switch does.
Yes! Okay, alright.
Excited for this one. Well, here it is, the Novago Sonic.
How can you make a guitar like this?
Since the release of the Novago SP1, which was the AI first when I reviewed it, we were waiting, we were anticipating what Enya was up to next.
So anyways, what do we have here?
The Novago Sonic.
This is the Novago Sonic.
The brand new Novago Sonic.
Since the beginning of the origin of the electric guitars, we've always wondered what can an electric guitar do. Well, you have to plug it into an amp and then you have to add effects to it, and then that's when it sounds good. But you have to go through the whole process. With the Enya Novago Sonic, you cut out all of that. You now have a speaker, so you don't, when you're practicing at home, you basically don't have to plug it into an amp. You have the effect, so you just turn it on and then you have like a multitude of effects on it. It is portable, it's barely like 38 inches. You don't need any cables again because you have a speaker out here. And then when you're going live, you can use all the effects of the guitar. When you need to record, you just have to connect it with your Type-C and straight into your DAW, which is into your phone. And man, I can keep going on with it, but we'll deep dive into it properly. So what is this guitar all about? We have a 38-inch guitar out here, which is again the Novago Sonic. The guitar is basically an electric guitar with two humbucking pickups. As you can see, the guitar is designed as a Les Paul shaped guitar. It has this very cool feature, which is the 0 fret. Why they've given this is because it's a unibody. It's made out of carbon fiber. Because it's one single body, you need a nut, which they've replaced with a 0 fret, and it has many advantages. A couple of them which I can point out are intonation. It helps with the intonation. It doesn't ever eat into the nut, so you don't have to worry about replacing your nut. What's different about the guitar? It seems like a regular electric guitar, but it has a speaker. So whilst you're at it, you can actually practice without plugging it into an amp. So you don't need a cable, you don't need an amplifier, and you don't need any effects. So this is all out of the guitar. It has different modes and effects which are built in, just like the Novago SP1. It has 4 different modes which you can select. You obviously have this pickup selector, so the neck and the bridge pickup. You have a volume control and you have another volume control. What do these two do? Well, even when the guitar is turned off, you can use it as a standard electric guitar, which is when, let's suppose you're on stage and the battery dies, you don't need to worry because the guitar will still be on, and this volume control will actually control the volume of the guitar without the effects. And when you do need the effects, you turn this on and voila, you have that. So even though the guitar is built with carbon fiber and it is extremely stable and it won't get affected much by weather, they have still given a truss rod, which means in the worst case scenario you can still adjust your neck. So the guitar has 4 built-in preset effects. When you do turn it on, it comes onto the green one, the first mode. What I'm also going to do is jump on and connect it to the app. Yes, the guitar does connect to the app. It has 4 presets to start with: the clean, the overdrive, distortion and high gain. In the clean, it again has 4 different presets which you can select and save. So as soon as you turn it on, you will have that preset. It's on old time right now, which is You get the drift. After the overdrive, it has a distortion and a high gain. So for a better playability video, we'll get Ray to play the guitar, and you can actually see the guitar in its truest form, or you can hear the guitar in its truest form. So what you can also do is, in the app you can edit the features or the effects. So let's say I hit an edit over here, and we are in a deluxe clean amp. They've given this amp module, the equalizer, the modulation effects, which is the vibrato. So currently if we have, let's probably bump up the vibrato and see what happens. Visible difference. You have your delay that they've given, and of course, you know, you can change your pedals also that you want to use. You have your chorus. Going back to the amp, you can bump up the volume. But they've given presets and equalized it to a level where it won't give you feedback. So the recommended presets are the ones to use. Of course, you can doodle as much as you want. Who is this guitar for? People who do not want the entire cumbersome infrastructure of keeping an amplifier, a cable, all pedals, or maybe even a processor. You don't have to worry about all that because this guitar does it all. You just need, if you need like a good practice electric guitar at home, this does it with a speaker built into it. Of course, you can have an amplifier and you can connect it to an amplifier and do all those things as well. So that's one part of it. If you're a professional, this again is a very highly recommended guitar, or traveling musician. Reason being, it's so compact, you can take it anywhere. And along with that, if you play around with the effects really well and if you get the most out of it, I'd say you don't need anything on stage. You just plug it in, control your effects. I think 4 presets are more than sufficient for you to play on stage. Also, the guitar can be connected to a DAW software, as I mentioned earlier, which is, they've given this amazing Type-C connection. You connect it to your iPhone, your Android, whichever phone you use, or even a computer directly. You don't need an interface, and you just connect it straight in and record on the go, which is super convenient. Nova Go Sonic comes with a bunch of accessories, which is the bag to start with. It's a super travel friendly bag. Just to put in perspective, that's it. This is how small the bag is, and I'm not extremely tall. It's very well padded. It has a charging cable which doubles up as your cable to connect to any of your phones or the DAW softwares. Of course, they give a plug as well. Not like some companies which don't give you the plug, they'll just give you the cable. I don't want to name them. And a truss rod, of course, because you need like a special kind of truss rod because it goes into the spoke style nut. After the huge success of the NovaGo SP1, we're really curious to see where this goes and how people respond to it. I've only about scratched the surface. This guitar has so much potential and so much more to explore. If you all have any questions, please reach out and we'd be happy to help.